She disparages black people. She talks disparagingly about anybody. She basically feels like she's the queen of the world. Like she's the star. She has everybody around her kissing her butt. And she just says disparaging things about people all the time. She called my son a niglet, which is the junior nigger. I had no idea that she was so evil this way. And the stories that I started to hear, that she would say that I lived in a really dirty home, and she just was talking really negatively and horribly about me to others. And everybody started coming to me and telling me these things, and I was devastated. And I didn't even know that this was how she really felt about me. I could tell here and there she would say really nasty things, like covertly to me, and we would get into big fights, and we would fight and we would make up, fight and make up. It was like I was in an abusive relationship. She was very antagonistic all the time. She was very, very intimidating. She could definitely rip into somebody bad. Like she definitely had an attitude, like a heart. I saw her and her husband fight a couple of times, and I was like, wow. And then of course, we all know that he cheated on her many times, and it's like, I don't want to say I could understand how he cheated on her, because it's not okay for anybody to cheat on his wife, but she wasn't very loving toward him. I never saw them be very loving. I always saw her fighting or screaming at him or snapping at him or being disparaging, or, it was just very disgusting how she treated people. There were moments when that little devil would come out. I remember I went to her house and they were showing my audition as a preview for the promotion for X Factor. And her husband said that I was going to lose. And they started laughing. You're not going to win. You're not going to win the X Factor. So just get ready for it. And they were laughing. And it was really covert and kind of nasty. And I was kind of like, and it kind of made me feel like somebody threw up on me spiritually. And I was kind of like, wow. And then I started to recount all the times they would say little things like that, little digs. You're not going to make it. I would show her pictures of homes that I like. And she was like, oh, you'll never own that home. You never own that home. Stacey, rent is coming up. You need to go get a waitressing job. When she would know that I would be going on tour to go sing, or, So I started seeing it like after the fact, because sometimes you're so close to it and you're so in it that you really don't see how horrible it is until you're completely apart from it. So I don't miss it. And I did not want to ever speak her name again. She was completely dead to me. I pleaded with her and she didn't even answer me. She's the one that disconnected from people all the time. She would change her number all the time. Every time, as soon as she got upset with somebody, she wouldn't talk to them anymore. This was her way. This was her modus operandi. So now she's trying to flip it to make herself be the victim. For her to go around and say, oh, I'm so devastated. I'm the godmother of my friend's, children. And she disconnected from me and she hurt me. That's bull. A friend of mine wanted to go to her restaurant to have breakfast. Now, someone from out of town who's a public guy, he doesn't know me. He doesn't know my relationship with Leah. He didn't even know that Leah is the owner of the restaurant. He says, I want to go eat at this particular restaurant. And I said, okay. I said, well, I really don't want to go there. And he was like, come on, I want to have these pancakes. They're so good. So I go there and her sister asked me to leave. Her sister asked me to leave the restaurant. I'm like, what is this, Alabama 1958? You want the blacks to leave? Like, what are you talking about? It was like, you got to go. I'm super blessed that she's not in my life anymore, because she's shown us who she is. She herself has been on video saying, the church has helped me. It's given me all the tools I have. She said it herself. And now we're all sitting here. She doesn't have the church anymore. And here she is, the evil that she is, being unleashed because we're not connected to her anymore. No one can tell me. I've known this girl for almost 15 years. You cannot tell me for 1 second that she, in her quiet time, is not freaking out, devastated, and completely lost.